We begin again with Cactus Club Well-Rounded. Oh, I need the thing on screen, yeah? I'm also excited for Brotato DLC. I'm always down for more Brotato. This is very much a game where it feels like more is better to me. Hey Green Beeb, hey Long Rain, hey Miller, hey Vazzle, hey Stembeezy, Zero Hype, hello. Bert, thanks for 13 months. A little bit of speed's okay, a little bit of attack speed's okay. It's kind of okay. Ooh. Alright. I am down to Thief Dagger. Like 6 Thief Daggers on Well-Rounded should win pretty comfortably. Sure. I think I'm gonna take a boxing glove to. No, I'm not. Changed my mind. Thief Daggers have 2 knockback on them, which I guess is more than 0. How are we all tonight, Twitch chat? I guess it's not even nighttime for everybody. Hey 5-4, hey wireframe wife. Also follow. Sorry if I missed saying hi to you. Thank you again, Bert, for the sub, and Endub, thanks for the sub. Just kind of building my Thief Daggers and taking things that would be good with Thief Daggers right now. I don't think Lifesteal is it at the moment. I'll take HP regen. That's like Lifesteal, but better. For right now, anyway. You doing frickin' awesome? Nice. I'm doing okay. Had good dinner. I solved a variant Sudoku. My mind is sharp. My body is ready. Actually, I feel like it's almost midnight. I'm kind of overselling myself. Hopefully I will not die as well-rounded. Especially, this is a pretty strong start. We just have a lot of econ from these Thief Daggers. So as long as I buy reasonable things, they should just snowball out of control. Cracking the Cryptic have awesome variant Sudoku apps. I've been watching Cracking the Cryptic since the first year of the pandemic. They occasionally do one of their Sudokus of the day. I haven't like gotten into their app stuff at all. Just kind of do the puzzle du jour if it looks both fun and like it will take me under an hour. Because I am not as good at it as they are. It was very entertaining. I think they both are. Take some armor, so not die. Take some speed, so run fast. Oh. Just kind of click on random stuff. I don't even think I want community support. I think it's just expensive here. The game seems hard. This game? Brotato's not an easy game. This character and build path I have is kind of like... If it's not S tier, it's pretty close. So I'm not super worried about this run in particular. We'll see though. Maybe if I get a bad elite early, I could still die. My damage is kind of lackluster still at the moment. Should not have been letting the eggs hatch. Still though, I got 350 materials off the wave, so... ends up being okay. I'm gonna take alien magic to make sure I don't die. Has anyone seen VeggieTales Lord of the Beans? Is it a Brotato-like? I have not. Use more damage still. Stoffer! Thanks for 28 months. Oh, I guess I've been taking gentle aliens, huh? It's very noticeable on this wave that there are more enemies than usual, because the baseline is so high. That makes the part where I'm struggling for damage make a little bit more sense. And also feel a little bit less bad, because I'm still, like, killing a regular amount of enemies, probably, even though there are some at the end of the wave still unkilled. Ironically, gentle aliens are a damage solution. I don't know about that. I do have 826 materials at the end of that wave. Got a wave 12 elite. Kinda feels like I'll be okay. That was a really good shop phase. A lot of HP regen now, so taking a little bit of damage isn't as big a deal. Let's use some more armor. I think I bought 2 lures. You can't sleep, please advise. How is body doing physically? Probably watching a stream doesn't help that much, but I don't know. Some people like it. We're helping to sleep. Sometimes I watch stuff to help get to sleep, but I wouldn't say it is normal for me. I have 5 crates. These are at 75% crit chance? Sure. 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 And no. No. Okay. Sure. Taking 1 of each. Yeah, let's buy silver bullet too. Taking 1 of each tier 1 item gives me 1 HP regen every time. Tentacle's pretty good for sustain. Nordic Ashes. Never heard of it. What does my secondary stat look like? Not very exciting. This is the wave I was considering grabbing the boxing glove for. And it feels like I'm doing fine. This is an elite wave. We're already at 99% crit chance. So buying night goggles doesn't feel super great. I will buy a mouse though. Night goggles also give me -1 HP regen because I have whatever this is called, fairy. Okay. I'm very bad at fighting this elite. Gotten hit by like 3 out of 4 attacks or something. Alright, up through it. It helps that my character is very, very, very strong. Like, I can kind of just walk through the middle of the enemies right now and not take damage. 7 deadly sins, 6 of 46 months. Nice. I don't know exactly when the DLC is out. Soon. I could take minus crit chance now, yeah. Sure. Is it possible to be good at fighting that boss? Sure. I don't feel like the dodging is harder than all the other bosses. I feel like I'm just not as used to it. Use a little bit more range. That would help my damage quite a lot. I'm like a hedgehog right now, but I want to be like a phalanx. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. What I'm trying to say is that my spiky bits are too close to my body. I would like them to be further away from my body. And for another elite. Holy shit. Holy shit, I found potato. Runs over. Roguelike, thanks for the 2 years. Alright, there may be several dots on my screen by the end of this wave. I do have a lot of +% enemies. It's okay. If I just catch them all, they stop being on my screen. I guess that's true in 2 ways. 1, they're not on the screen anymore because they hit me. 2, I'll die, at which point they won't be on the screen either. How much luck do I have? That's a lot of crates. How many trees do I have? Like probably 3 or 4. Like okay. Is 107 luck a lot? 107 luck's a lot, yeah. It is more than I usually have. Karyaga, thanks for the 65 months! The lyrics for this song go back to the 1920s. That's older than me. Ooh. Those are fun. I mean, you got it, right? I don't know if I've ever had 3 vigilante rings before. Does the folk song predate New Orleans? About melt bosses? Yeah, it like, I don't know. Thief daggers are not really that great at boss killing. Like, they don't scale in that way. We get to a point where we one-shot almost every regular enemy, but we don't really get to the point where we kill a boss in 3 seconds. It'll be more like 10 seconds, which is fine. Maybe less, maybe like 8. Maybe I'm underestimating Giant Spell. Maybe it'll be even better. We'll see. Sure. Oh, my speed is all gone. Oops. Elite fight. Yeah, and that was like 5 seconds for one. Plus another 3 seconds for the other. I'm not saying it's not strong. I'm just saying that there are things that are stronger than that. I have taken my second hand off the controller, which, like, would mean a lot more if this was a game with more than one input. But, I mean, the game only has one input anyway, so... This is the first coffee I've found in the entire run. That is a common item. It's a good common item, too. It's the first plant I've bought, too. First leather vest. Weird run. Still feels like I'm checking out of the game a bit, even if it doesn't really mean it. Yes. I have checked out of this run. I am reading chat during the waves. Are there weapons I would consider particularly weak? Well, like, obviously there's hand, which is... That's not like a... That is just objectively weak. That's not really an opinion thing. What else? I've never made this tough, like, fighting stick work very well. Or hatchet. I don't really like sweeping melee weapons, I guess. Maybe just that I'm not very good at using them, I don't know. Your positioning has to be a little bit different with them versus stabbing melee weapons. I used Ghost Axe quite a lot though. So... I am 100% going to have this bag pay for itself. Have no fear. Goodbye blood donation with both focus, not focus, what's it called? Triangle of Power and Weird Ghost. Would be an impressive way to instantly lose the run. Sweeping melee weapons are so much easier than thrusting ones. That is not how I have felt. Like sweeping melee weapons are much harder to have good damage uptime on. Also, I think like there's an expectation that they will hit more enemies than thrusting weapons, which doesn't actually play out in reality. But they're balanced as though they're going to hit more enemies. I haven't actually looked at the numbers to confirm that, but it's kind of the vibe that I get playing the game. How likely is it I'll go back to Deep Rock Galactic Survivors? Oh. Was that a good enough answer? I mean, sometimes I play video games, and it's a video game. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Selena Stelver, stop. Hello. Where are the bosses? $10 was actually optimistic, apparently. I don't know. I went the wrong way at the start. Alright. Brawler. Brawler is also typically very strong. The first row is pretty easy. But the second row, holy shit. I found the second row. I found like this kind of area here. Really, really hard. Last time. Do you have any desire to go back to DRG Survivors? I do not spend a lot of time thinking about that game. But that is also true of most of the other games that I play. Because, you know, there are like hundreds of games that I have streamed at this point. And yet I still decide to play one. Every now and then. I think it would be better to not have a hand right now. It's just pushing the enemies away from me. Alright, I think I already won. Brawler's super strong. We will be much lower econ, than last run, of course. But fists are very cheap, so... you don't need that much money. You know, I'm actually not going to buy charcoal. I'm strong enough to be a little bit greedier than that. And got me 1 harvesting, which is actually, like, fine. I don't know. It was better to have it than not to have it, because of the harvesting it gave me. I can take fertilizer. It's fine. Buying something with -1 melee damage on it is a lot worse when all of your weapons scale off melee damage. But I'm strong enough I can get away with it. Effective steroids are my item. I don't know, I only have -53 range damage. Maybe I could get this SMG going. I'd be a cool cat with the SMG rolling. Damn straight. I'm up to +55 range on a character who starts with -50 range. Kinda wild. One of the things that goes under the radar with luck sometimes is that it increases the number of healing consumables that enemies drop. So if you are playing a character who gets up close and personal with the enemies, such that you can actually be in pickup range of those consumables, luck gives you a little bit of healing over the course of the wave. Not a ton, but a little bit. Is a thing to keep in mind. Unstable. I probably want HP regen. Cute monkey's okay too. There's something very satisfying about Brawler. You just punch things so hard. It's just a very simple character. I'm sure you can make the character more complicated than this, but I'm not sure why you would. Like, look at how hard I punch, though. I'm just punching them so hard. I would like more survivability. I think Weird Ghost is a little iffy here. Brawler was your first D5 win. Very believable. It is a little challenging to pilot. I think the biggest thing with understanding how to build it is probably just understanding that range is good on melee weapons. So prioritizing range early is pretty good. But yeah, there isn't... Like, if you just do the thing that it seems like a brawler should do, it's pretty strong, and you're pretty likely to win. Definitely one of the characters where just role-playing the thing the character is called results in you winning the game. And not forgetting the hidden attack speed, yeah. The hidden attack speed is good to remember. Our character is at least true form. I want to say streamer, but honestly, I'm not sure what a person would look at streamer and think you were meant to do if you were doing what the character said it was. I think also mage. Mage is like the correct solution to mage is not very mage-like. It is to shoot everything with tasers, which is like, I don't really know what that has to do with mage at all. That recycling machine was a good item for just about every character. It's a bit slow. It'll eventually pay for itself, but takes a while. Maybe it's revealing a deep conservatism at the heart of mage culture. I don't know if I'm down for the police to co-opt conservatism. Not usually one to defend conservatism, but I do think, like, militarization of police departments is not caused by conservatism. Exactly. Anyway, this is irrelevant to the current battle at hand. Or at fist, as it were. This thing's good. You can go wolf helmet. It's just like 20 luck, basically. But 20 luck's okay. Eventually I should get more max HP. But at the moment I have so much armor that 28's doing okay for me still. I'm getting a lot of dodges, but I don't feel like I have very much dodge. Kind of an interesting thing to observe. Maybe I'll check how much I have at the end of the wave. I have already checked out of this run. I think I won. The first, like, 5 characters or something are pretty easy. Fists give dodge? Oh, is unarmed giving dodge? Sounds believable. This is actually an okay stone skin. I'm gonna get rid of it and assume that I find HP in a way that is more efficient. Although, I don't know. That was probably pretty efficient, actually. I think it's better to have a red fist and a blue fist than just have 2 purples, actually. Well, let's do this, then. I punched it! This character is sweet. What a great character. What a great game. I have 40%. I did not realize I had 40% dodge. Huh. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be brawling me. Gosh. It did not work out as planned. Yeah, with some max HP. Nice. I think I, at this point, would have benefited from taking the recycling machine. Well, some impressive, generous rounding to make 36% almost half. Statistics. Welcome to statistics. I mean, isn't 19 max HP better than 2 armor? I think so. I think we take that at some point. At some point it's just like mathematically correct to do. Favorite roguelikes outside of Spire? Well, Brotato's a good one. I have been known to play some Monster Train. I've played probably 100 Spire-likes at this point on stream. Spirit Island's very good. Spirit Island's fucking incredible. You liked the Fallout 4 as a roguelike stream? I thought about doing that for New Vegas recently. I really don't like the knockback on fists. It's a little awkward. You kind of have to chase the enemies you're trying to kill, huh? You're not on Slice and Dice. I don't like dice. I think they're very bad mechanisms for playing games with. How did I ultimately feel about Wild Frost? I didn't feel very interesting to play, so I stopped playing it. But some people liked it. I'm a very discerning player of roguelikes, because at any moment I could just go play Slay the Spire. So if something feels less fun than Slay the Spire to me, I will just stop playing it and go play Slay the Spire. And Slay the Spire is a very good game, so... Ooh, Anvil. Anvil's a fun one. It's like a baby elephant too. You should download a Fallout roguelike mod. Cannot wait for Spire 2. Yeah, I think it'll be good. And if it isn't good, I can just play Spire 1, so there's really, like, no risk here. Shed no tears. Ooh, it's actually a decent adrenaline with 41% dodge, I guess. I have so much armor. GG. The guy you play D&D with has been outspokenly anti-Slay the Spire for years. It's ugly, it's boring, etc. But raved about Wild Frost and played 100 hours. I don't know. Maybe just a different taste palette or whatever. Different people like different things, right? is like Slay the Spire is so integral to roguelikes at this point that it does kind of feel weird to not like Slay the Spire but play roguelikes, because like almost every roguelike you will play is made with recognition of the fact that Slay the Spire exists. Although Wild Frost, I feel, didn't have too many Spirisms in it. Maybe that's one of the reasons I didn't like it. I am just completely invincible. Wow. This is so incredibly over. Alright. So that's how you play Brawler. Did anything happen this run? Okay, I found coffee again. I don't know why it's so hard to find coffee today. Got into Slay the Spire because you watched JORBS? Do you think Wraith Form is such a cute card, and then you learned it is not the default art? True. I got the things that did the things, and then I won the thing. I sure did. I mean... It's like I'm in a different dimension from them. It's like I have shadow and they don't, so I cannot be blocked by them. Good shot. I can just walk around inside it. Okay. Notes this run. What notes should I make? Early harvesting plus mastery 6 times fist. GG. I didn't need to BM them like that, and yet I did. Okay, crazy is like a little bit tougher. Oh, we're starting with Thief Dagger. Okay, never mind. Oh gosh. Game's just too easy. I honestly like the start of a rotation being very vanilla characters is kind of a nice vibe. But it does sometimes make me not want to play the game as much. I guess I could just skip them and just play the other ones. I don't know. What is 33 and 11? There are 44 characters. Last time I played through them, I won 33 out of 44 times. Could go shurikens and thief daggers. It's okay. Not going to, but I could. Yo! What the hell? Wild Frost is probably more fun while you're learning it. Spire gets really good when you have a good chunk of experience and knowledge. Games like that are always like... I'm going to learn a game like Wild Frost a lot faster than most people, because I have played games like Wild Frost for over 10,000 hours at this point. So that always makes me wonder if maybe like my experience of them is just much different from other people's experience of them. It comes up a lot with games which require you to like win at low difficulties to unlock higher difficulties, where it just like it doesn't take me that long to work shit out, so I just feel like I'm being forced to play at low difficulties for a really long time, and it's boring as hell. Hashtag ego streamer. I liked Heat and Hades because you can go as hard as you wanted right off the bat. Can you really? Does it just let you pick whatever heat you want? A lot of games with heat systems that I've played, I guess more recently than Hades, will not let you go to max heat straight away. Like you have to beat heat 1 and then you can do heat 2 and then you etc etc etc. That's cool. I didn't realize I did it that way. I think I have probably won this run too. Very similar to the well-rounded run here. Was I offered a Thief Dagger as Brawler? Brawler can use Thief Daggers. We can go Thief Dagger only playthrough. There's also always the stuff with, like, if your game has meta progression in it, I'm either going to play your game with no meta progression, or I'm going to unlock all of the meta progression in a text file, or I'm going to get bored before I've gotten all the meta progression. I can't remember the last time that a game that had meta progression, like, I actually went through it long enough to get all of the meta progression in the intended way. Just never happens. Wish more games had the Brotato unlock all button. Yeah, I appreciated that button a lot in Brotato. That probably made me play that game an extra 50 hours or something. If dagger only arms dealer sounds like a stretch. I think there are characters who can only equip ranged weapons. I don't think it would work on those ones either. I guess we can say that Bull is Thief Dagger only, even though we're not using any Thief Daggers, because we're not using any other weapons either. Weirdest meta progression for you was a Rogue Tower, because it felt like you had to unlock a bunch of junk. See, here's the thing. I actually kind of like that. if the meta progression feels like it's like punishing me a little bit too, that makes it a bit more fun for me. I unlock Brotato characters and items with a text file too. That is an interesting question. I think I might have actually unlocked all the Brotato stuff the intended way. So I guess that thing I just said about never doing that is untrue. On the other hand, I really like this game. Like, much, much, much more than almost every other game I have played in the last 3 years or whatever. Even more than Slay the Spire? It's a different game from Slay the Spire. So many coupons. What about Brotato appeals to me more than other games in the genre? Which genre? I think Brotato is a genre. It is a genre, and other games have tried to replicate its success and failed. How unlocks work in Brotato is you go danger 0 or 1. I don't remember if it starts on 0 or 1. But you go like 0 or 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start being able to play 5. And while you're doing that, like you can play 5 on every character at that point, once you've beaten 1, 2, 3, and 4 with one character. And while you're doing that, the characters themselves are unlocked by achievements rather than like gathering experience or whatever. So you can plan out like which achievement you're going to get first kind of thing in order to unlock all of the characters. And the items are unlocked by winning with different characters. So then you can think about how to get all the items. Like, which item do I want to get next? Which character should I win with first? Having unbroken streaks of action and interesting shot decisions is better than stream of consciousness style stuff. What is stream of consciousness style stuff? What does that mean? Oh, I see. We're comparing it to like Vampire Survivors. Yeah, I don't think this is like Vampire Survivors. I haven't played a Vampire Survivors game that feels anything like playing Brotato. It is definitely much, much, much better than games like Vampire Survivors in like almost every way, but it is also completely different from them. Vampire Survivors, you just get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. That sounds about right. The song is about redcoats. It's kind of wild. Well, it's about someone interacting with redcoats. You don't hear enough about redcoats in popular media these days. I think Spire-style games are more fun for head-empty, no-thoughts vibes like grinding and ARPG. But they interrupt your thing by giving you a level up every 10 seconds or something, which is terrible. That means that you can't ever sink into ARPG vibe. I mean, obviously lots of people like Vampire Survivors for whatever reason, you know, sure, but I don't know. I think Vampire Survivors is just worse than this. Redcoats are always here waiting to strike. Are you a Redcoat Mugmeister? I feel like, I feel like that's not really a thing anymore, is it? I mean, we gotta take the weird ghost. How could you not? It's weird. Ranged weapons have significant troubles with a couple of different enemies that melee weapons just murder. I've never really thought about that before now. I don't feel like there are any enemies which are like, if you have a melee weapon, you're going to be in trouble against this. Whereas these cheesing enemies keep speeding up faster and faster and faster until you hit them with any knockback, and ranged weapons tend not to have knockback, whereas melee weapons do. And then there are also the floating enemies, which if you shoot them with a ranged projectile, they shoot dots out at random. But if you hit them with a dagger, they just die. So... Huh. Oh. Just a thing I haven't thought about much, I guess. It felt like it was noticeable that wave. I have minus 28% damage. Maybe I should do something about that. I have a vigilante ring. Nice. That'll take care of it. I say as I take more minus percent damage. Is that how they work? You thought they just sped up over time, or maybe every time you hit them? Hitting them with knockback messes with their speed. Are there any elites which are easier with ranged than melee? Depends? On lots of stuff. I'm not saying there's like no place for ranged weapons in the game or whatever, I'm just saying it is noticeable to me that ranged weapons get countered by certain enemies in ways that melee weapons don't. One of the things that I'm trying to pay more attention to in this one is not dying to chasers on wave 11, which I think happened 3 times last time through or something. And so I am paying more attention to them. And as such, I noticed that they were really easy to kill with thief daggers there. I took more minus percent damage. I am at minus 30% damage with a vigilante ring. What's my crit chance here? 72? Probably don't want an octopus then. I think a no-hit run is possible in Brotato. Like going from wave 1 to 20 without taking a hit? Yeah. I don't know if I've done that, but I've definitely had runs where even without particularly trying to do that, it was pretty unusual for me to get hit. Like, if you have a good SMG run, you usually just never get threatened by any enemy. think it's more about which weapons you're using than how much dodge you have. Wave 14 might be easier to do no hit with ranged weapons. I think it is generally easier to not get hit when you are using ranged weapons. I think that is just a generally true thing. Ooh, we get to buy everything here. Hey, plus 30% damage. There you go. Alright, nice. Problem solved. I think Ranger is next. So we'll get to do a ranged weapon run, and you can see how abnormal it is for me to get hit by anything with ranged weapons going. Maybe I should try dodging the projectiles instead of catching them. It seemed to make it easier when I started doing that. This is an elite wave. It's like a little bit scary, actually. I don't have that much sustain. Let's take a mouse. That's actually irrelevant amount of lifesteal. Let's go for lifesteal now then. Ow. So many shooties. I think because I didn't get my crit chance up to 100, I just have quite a lot less money. Also, maybe I've been spending my money less sensibly. I don't know. Not quite as strong as I was in the well-rounded run. Did I intentionally skip Tentacle? Oh, I just didn't notice it. That would be an example of me spending my money less well. Sure. That caps my crit chance. Oh. Is there a gambling item you can buy? One that has a chance to decrease max health. There's a character where you buy items by spending your max health. That can be kind of exciting. Have to decide whether it's worth going to lower max HP in order to buy the item that you're looking at. I can't think of any character where there's an item that Deliberately increases the variance in what's going on, though. Maybe adrenaline is kind of like that sometimes. Adrenaline gives you +5 health when you dodge attacks, but because your dodge percentage isn't going to be 100, you'll sometimes end up in situations where as long as you dodge attacks, you're doing great, but if you get hit by the attack, you don't get the 5 health from adrenaline and you take a bunch of damage, and so the swing is really big. Probably the closest example I can think of. Ghost certainly exists. Hey look, it's adrenaline. I think I found a late mammoth in my other thief dagger run too. Or maybe it was my brawler run, I don't know. Fisherman? Oh yeah, fisherman's, yes. Fisherman encourages you to buy items which make enemies stronger on the next wave. Lure? Sure, I guess lure, like, very directly gives you 2 loot boxes for the next wave. Assuming that you can kill the enemies that drop the loot boxes. Oh yeah, Weird Ghost. Weird Ghost makes you start the next round with 1 HP. Yeah, I guess there are lots of things that, like, can tickle the variance part of your brain. Yeah, look, it's a Weird Ghost. Shall we go for it? Let's go for it. If I die, I die. It doesn't seem like a very good choice. It is an elite wave. Too easy. Alright, that got my heart going. Does Weird Ghost and always take? No. The thing is, even if you get to a point where you are capable of not getting hit very often, so the downside isn't a big deal, you have to position much more defensively, so you're doing a worse job of, like, collecting all of the materials on the wave and everything. And also, +3 max HP doesn't really matter that much if you never get hit, so, like, just save the money. What's the point of buying it? Oh, hey, I found this again. Why is my playlist about... Why is my playlist about, like, the British having unjust rule of the colonies tonight? Casually alienating my British viewers. If you are British and you have a problem with people saying that the British had unjust rule of the country that you live in, like, you're not gonna get along with many people. The British, sure, were a colonial power. Are a colonial power? Probably are. I don't know. Recently, you learned that red crates only heal 100 and not full health. Yes, true. If you buy 100 worms, you can make boss crates heal for 0. That would be an impressive achievement. I mean... Alright. I got Pontiac right in a bar trivia one time. What are my notes for this run? Very few. Just kinda murdered everything with 6 times Thief Dagger. GG. Nice easy 3-0 start. Ranger and then Mage. Alright, let's get Ranger done. With Revolver, unfortunately. Revolver's not the worst one. I wanted SMG. Sure. Ugly Tooth isn't bad. Harvesting early is generally good. So I'm gonna just recycle my pistol, I think. So I don't roll pistols anymore. I don't know. Is it that much worse to roll a revolver? Is it that much worse to roll a pistol than a revolver, is what I was trying to say. I'd be curious how I would explore Hollow Knight. I've played a decent amount of Hollow Knight. Like, I probably played it for somewhere between 10 and 20 hours. So, like, not enough to have explored everything or anything, but I did play a good chunk of it on stream. Crazy did win, yeah. You go Ghost Scepter? I think it's kind of terrible. Okay, I have an SMG now. I'm gonna take Boxing Glove. This doesn't feel like it's super, super OP. Need to change character name. My bad. You're very surprised I haven't tried Terraria. Yeah. Maybe I should, I don't know. I kind of want to roll past everything that isn't an SMG right now. I'm just gonna do it. SMG is really good. So I've looked at Terraria before. I suspect I would enjoy it. The person I knew for playing Terraria, I later discovered was just like the most shitty human being imaginable. And then I stopped watching him play Terraria and have never interacted with Terraria again. Which is like kind of unfair to Terraria, I suppose. It's a really bad job of explaining itself. It's always mandatory to use the wiki. I'm not opposed to using the wiki for a game. My stream originally got popular by me playing the Long War 1 mod for XCOM. So like, you know. Just take range damage. Taking range damage is generally going to be pretty good. SMGs do very well off of it. Alright, let's try not to die to bait. My damage definitely feels like I rolled past several weapons I could have upgraded and then sold 4 weapons. It's okay though. We'll catch up. Found me when I was playing Among Us. Among Us was fun. I enjoyed probably like half a year of Among Us before I started to feel a bit burnt out on it. Can't believe people still play that game. I guess not everybody played it as much as I did. There are people who have, like, at this point, played Among Us more than I did, though. And yet they keep playing it. Good take Ritual. Lifesteal isn't awful here. Hafu lobbies still exist somewhat. Yeah. Every now and then I see Hafu playing Among Us. Seems like it's a much less common thing though. I think the thing for me with Among Us is social deduction games are fun. I have like a limit. I only want to play so many of them, but you know, they are fun. At first, Among Us made the social deduction more fun because it like created a way to drive action and stuff with the running around the map and everything. But then I feel like we kind of got to a point where people understood enough about Among Us that the fact you were having to play Among Us as well as do the social deduction was actually just making it worse instead of better. If you find that you are better at social deduction games than your friends are, you could consider leaning more into the social part of the game and less into the deduction part of the game, as both of those are important parts of the game. Oh, I just love... It's like raindrops on a tin roof. Shooting SMGs. Killing things using SMGs just brings me a lot of joy. That is one of the weirdest songs. Would it be fun to play Blood on the Clock Tower in the JORBS Discord for those of us who like social deduction games? Probably. Y'all were playing Among Us pretty frequently for a while, yeah? I'm sure you could get some lobbies going. People have been talking about getting a board game day going on the East Coast as well. Because they are jealous of how much fun we're having on the West Coast with our monthly board game day. Also, like, playing board games with people is fun. I feel like I would be a great storyteller. Is that one of the roles or something? I've never played Blood on the Clock Tower, so I don't know how it all works. You just got an ad in French. Shit. Twitch is dead. That's unfortunate. Oh, wrong order. Well, I got this and this in the same shop phase, so that's kind of strong. I could now use more than 21 max HP. Bonjour, Twitch chat. Je suis Jo. Je m'appelle Jo. Cette nuit, j'ai une... I don't actually speak this language. I feel like I was doing okay there for a while, though. Miniguns don't actually really do better than SMGs, weirdly. Because I don't have any Pierce, I'm gonna buy that, I think, but... I think because I don't have any Pierce, it will do better. Alright, this is the wave that I bought the boxing glove for. I can't speak French, so I'm clearly not the famous Jacques Orblong. Or at least I pretended not to be able to speak French. Rage Against the Machine are, if you think about it, the spiritual successor of folk songs about redcoats. Don't think very hard about it. It's like mostly true, though. Oh, baby with a beard. Okay, GG. That'll do it. I guess I have to not die in this elite wave, actually. Actually, there are lots of elite waves. Baby with a beard isn't that good in elite waves. The minigun is doing better than the purple SMGs, but not as good as the red SMG, which kind of makes sense. It is a bit expensive. Like, it's significantly more expensive than buying more SMGs would be. Brotato is hardest to win with for me. Anyone know the link to the Brotato spreadsheet? And, like, actually look at the numbers? I think by the numbers it might be Cyborg. But, like, it's a small sample size. Your guess is Jack? I think I've, like, won a lot with Jack recently. Anyone who has the link can access. Anyone with the link can view. Fisherman if played correctly. LOL. If I sort this by sort range by column C to A. Oh yeah, Fisherman I have 14% win rate. Well, okay, but that's because I have 42 losses. Because I tried to get as many baits as I possibly could. That isn't like a real number. I'm 2-4 on Cyborg and 2-4 on Glutton. Jack's been doing okay recently. Farmer I'm 2-3 on. I would not have guessed that Farmer would be 2-3. Okay, that's because I have 42 losses, not a good way to start out the sentence defending myself. I mean, I'm not, like, really, like, defending myself. I'm trying to answer a question about which one I find hardest to win on, and, the fact that I decided to lose 42 times doesn't really mean that I can't also decide to win. You know. I haven't won every time when actually trying to win with the character either. I don't know what my win rate is when I'm, like, trying to play like a sane human being on Fisherman. Unfortunately. I don't really get the sense I need a sharp bullet. Let's go up to 25% speed. I have to be a little bit careful because sometimes with this much speed I stop being able to dodge. Because I'm moving so fast. Which is weird, but also, like, that is really a thing for me. I think against this enemy in particular, though, I just run away from it. And I'm okay. Where's my medical turret? Wait, where is my medical turret? Do I have one? Yes. Jesus. Wow! Okay. That was kind of wild. That would have been easier if it wasn't 1:30 a.m. Smiley killed me a lot of times in my last rotation through the characters. I think that enemy killed me possibly more than any other enemy. I find it difficult to kill. Very difficult to dodge. Seems like an indication I should sleep. At the end of this run, I'm gonna go watch MSI in bed, I think. I've been enjoying watching MSI recently. Need item mother the most? Hot strat for you. You can just, like, run away, and, like, you will never get hit, pretty much. I guess you still have to dodge the double arrow attack. I guess you have to be good enough at dodging that to not get hit by it. But if you can dodge that, you kind of just never die to that enemy. It is pretty hard to kill it. You have to be kind of broken. Like my SMG? Thank you. You too. The red lines from which she spawns that kill you. Yeah, I think if you just run away from them, it's like kind of fine. Have you considered running away from them more than you are? Do I want this? I don't know. Do I want that? Sure. I'm actually pretty impressed that I didn't die to Smiley. I had some good dodges in that fight. I find it really hard to dodge at 25% movement speed. Maybe if I valued speed more than I do, I would have more practice with it, and I wouldn't find it as hard, but I just don't have 25% speed very often. I usually cap out around 10 and find that that's enough. So it is abnormal for me to be moving this fast, which makes it more difficult for me to control the character at this speed just because I'm not as used to it. Okay. No, actually. I don't think I'm getting crit chance above 0. I think I'm too far in the red for that. Instead of going to bed, we played a Spirit Island. I'm way too tired to play Spirit Island. I would just sit there looking at my hand for like an hour, not being able to tell which card to play. It has been a fun day of streaming, though. I'm trying to stream pretty consistently Monday through Friday. Ideally, I would like to stream 40 hours Monday through Friday. And then if I stream extra on the weekend, like, that's a bonus, but I'm not really expecting to ever. Realistically, streaming 40 hours Monday through Friday is a lot, so I don't know if that's gonna happen. This is a good casual game. Yeah, I think so. As long as you're not gonna, like, get super frustrated if you lose. But it's a game where it's fun to lose, I would say, so I don't think that's really a problem. It's fun to work out all the different potatoes, like, slowly get a sense for which items are best on which ones and how you like to play them. Samuel. More attack speed seems good. Ooh, that thing. That's a bit late for it, unfortunately. Take a potato if we survive this wave. Probably I will. Here is aforementioned mother. I think with, alright, one thing is, like, you can just stand next to her, and the daggers can't hit you. So for the first half, you can just do that, and then for the second half, you just kind of run around. You just don't get hit. I don't know. Like, I'm just running in a circle, basically. But yeah, knowing that you can just stand next to her in the first half and the attacks won't hit you, I guess is kind of a big deal. Okay, maybe that was kind of hard to dodge, that part there. I happened to be strong enough this run to even kill it with like piercing and maybe with the beard bounces and stuff. Did I play Endless? I have played Endless like one time, I think. No, I must have played it more than that. Yes, but not like much. Endless isn't very interesting to me. I think generally the thing to do in Endless is like just make the strongest build, which is something you look up, right? It's not like something you work out during the run that you're playing. It is something that you start the run knowing ahead of time. And then there just like isn't really much gameplay. You just kind of like watch the waves die. Whenever I have a really strong build in this game, I do not want to go endless at the end of the run because I am ready to play the next run already. Because I have just like played 20 to 30 minutes of the game with a really strong build, just killing everything easily, and that's enough, you know? And this basically has no decisions to make, so it's just not fun. I think for me, I don't enjoy RNG very much. Like, I tend to get satisfaction and enjoyment from games when I work out some clever way to win in a situation, which was finely balanced. And if I, like, get a really lucky drop and suddenly I'm really super strong or whatever, I just find that kind of boring. So for me, endless mode isn't what appeals to me about games like this. But for some people, like, it's really fun to get a super strong build going and just see it kill everything. And I get that. It's just like, there are games that I play because I like that, but I don't play these games because I like that, I guess. That's similar to when I stopped taking boss swaps in Slay the Spire. Yeah, kinda. It's like if you get a strong boss swap, the run is just kind of over, and then you have to play it, but it's already over, so you just like go through the motions. Notes for the run, slowly swapped into SMGs and murdered everything. Wave 14 Smiley. Put me at 1 HP. Despite pretty intense dodging. Lucky to survive. One more run? No, I think I'm gonna call it. Thanks for hanging out though, everybody. I am gonna be back tomorrow. Or I guess later today at this point. Hope to see you there. Play some Spire tomorrow, I think. I'm going to be checking out Wildermyth, which has some new DLC, Omen Road. Looks like it could be cool. I played Wildermyth on stream when the original game came out, so I'm interested to see what the DLC is like. I have a favorite in MSI. Close games, I think. I'm very much a neutral observer. I do like it when Faker does well, because I just think Faker is the best League of Legends player to have ever graced the game. And he's like getting older, so his mechanics aren't as crisp as they used to be, but he still has like so much game knowledge and everything. It's just nice to see him succeeding. But other than that, I just kind of enjoy it when the games are close. See y'all next time. Jump in the Discord if you want to chat with us while I am not live. And you can find all of my other Brotato stuff on YouTube on ManyJorbs. ManyJorbs on YouTube is my variety YouTube channel.